to music first, always.
We are unstoppable.
Open the frontiers to make people meet people.
Music is not fireworks. Music is feeling.
You're good to go.
Thank you, vote for the music!
This is Vote for the Music, the Eurovision podcast.
Hello and welcome back to Vote for the Music, the Eurovision podcast. I'm Benjamin Bank.
And I'm Tadeusz.
Now today we are continuing our quickfire reviews of the Eurovision Song Contest 2024. We're in the second semi-final, we're in the second half, and we're on song number 11, which is the Georgian entry, Firefighter, by Nutsa Buzaladze.
I would say that Georgia sold its soul to the devil, but looking at their history, it's more like they set up an auction and see which devil can offer them successful qualification. The devil they tried this time is Darko Dimitrov, seasoned Eurovision composer, known for Kurna, Kazimi Kazimikoi, and a lot of Eurovision entries that I don't like. Firefighter is going to join that last rich category. This song is loud and naughty, like Loco Loco, pretentious and full of itself, like Proud, while in fact it's a very basic composition, looped in a way that makes sure that you're going to remember it, no matter whether you like it or not.
Yes, this isn't the most inspired thing in the world. I do think this is a very typical entry, and I think in some ways it's a very safe entry, but I think it's certainly the best effort Georgia have offered us since they last qualified. Yes, you mentioned the fact that they've gone and got a successful composer as selling their soul to the devil, but also they've just gone and hired a successful composer. It's just a successful composer that you don't personally like, so that's literally just a taste difference there. Which I know, this is a review, it's subjective, that's how it works. But I think entries that he's written have been very good, have done their job very well, and have, for good reason, got good results. One of the comparisons you make is to Loco Loco. I think that's a very apt comparison to this. That was a song which wasn't saying much, wasn't doing much, wasn't even necessarily expected to do amazingly well, was just there to exist, to perform, to have a good time. And actually, it ended up getting quite a good reception and a fairly good result in Rotterdam. And I think Firefighter could be that one. So I think it's got so much potential in that song. If you just listen to it, there's so many ways they could stage that, so many ways they could perform that could actually really blow people away. Likewise, it also has the potential to do the opposite, but so do a lot of songs.
But my main problem is really just how blatantly artificial all of this is. There's no bigger idea behind this song. It's just another dance pop number for Eurovision. Kind of like Fuego, but kinda not. It's loud, it has dancing, it has simple lyrics with the most obvious metaphor in history. It crossed every mark on the Eurovision checklist.
And that's the important thing. I think actually this is apt to compare to Latvia, which we covered a few days ago. They're two on a very, very long non-qualification streak to have entered something which potentially sounds more generic than they have otherwise sent since they're non-qualified, but people think has a better chance than lots of other things. But I think Firefighter manages to pull the stops out because one, it's just a lot catchier. Two, there's a far higher chance of a really strong stage show here. And three, I think Nutsa's performance is actually going to really wow people. She can sing. Now, I'm not saying that Dons can't, but I think I already went into all the reasons why I think Dons might struggle in that episode, so you can go back and listen to that. Because I think those are two very interesting countries to compare, and I think Georgia will end up doing substantially better.
Obviously this will qualify, it's loud and catchy enough. So I guess Georgia finally gets their redemption.
And that they finally do, because I would be shocked if this did not qualify. I suppose its only downfall could be if they did stage it badly, if they did perform badly, if people did say it as too generic. While it could be seen that this is a bit dated, because yeah, it is. This sounds like a Eurovision entry from 2017, not necessarily 2024. There's also, like Armenia, for example, the fact that because the contest has moved on, there's nothing quite like this there anymore, and this could really stand out. The only thing it's really fighting against is Albania, and this is miles better. So absolutely, this is going to qualify. I think the televote will rally behind this. I'm not necessarily sure how it was in the final, but then again, I think that if anything's going to completely surprise us in the final, it very well could be Georgia, because it does have all the potential just to cut through. As for my actual personal opinion on this song, because I don't think I've actually said apart from how I think it would do, I think it's alright. I think it's fairly above average. It's everything it needs to do as well as it needs to do, but it doesn't go any further beyond. I guess that could be a problem at the Eurovision Song Contest, but there's always an entry in there which isn't the most spectacular, that does cut through and does capture people and does get a surprising good result, and I think that will be Georgia this year. So thank you for listening to our quickfire review there of Georgia's entry, Firefighter. Of course, we'll be back tomorrow with our quickfire review of the Belgian entry for the contest. But until then, remember to follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Podcasts, wherever else you might get your podcasts, and that includes YouTube, where you can subscribe to us, leave a comment down below, or give us a like. You can also interact with our Q&As on Spotify, or leave us a review on Apple and Amazon Podcasts. But until the next time, thank you so very much for listening, and remember to vote for the music.
This is to music first, always.
We are unstoppable.
Open the frontiers to make people meet people.
Music is not fireworks. Music is feeling.
You're good to go.
Thank you, vote for the music!
This is Vote for the Music, the Eurovision